This is just like a 2 or 3 acre timber patch right out in the middle of all these ag fields. And these soybeans being here are key for these early season bucks. We're a few miles off of their fall and winter range area, but all these deer move out here in the summer months, and this is the kind of place that will catch a giant in the early season. I've had some trail cameras here, some cell cams up since early July. There's one buck in particular we've been watching very closely. I had pictures of him last year. Last year he was a 12, this year he's an 11. Really nice deer. We're hoping we can get our eyes on him, and I'm really hoping over the next couple days of hunting, maybe we can get Rachel a shot.
Excited, Rachel?
Yeah. Are you?
Very. Let's do this.
We're back at it.
Back at it.
We're gonna get lucky tonight.
Get that thermocell going. Those mosquitoes are crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe that was good luck. We have one buck that I'm after. He's an 11 point. And we've been getting pictures of him coming down this field edge. I don't know, 3 times a week at least in the evening. There's been a lot more activity over. We're running. So we're going to see if he's doing the same pattern, if he's willing to do the same thing he did last night or not. And I got to start paying attention because I know the other one's coming.
What was it?
It was a foreground buck. Yeah.
Did it look like it looked this way?
No, not really. Like this, you want to stick the cord.
Our wind seems good.
Maybe he saw me, I don't know. I don't think he saw me, but I don't know. 7 minutes left.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Well, it's September 2nd, and we are walking in after the 11 point we have watched all summer. We got a few Tacticam pictures of him this morning. He's in this little tiny tree patch out in his summer range, surrounded by these ag fields. We've got a pretty decent wind. We're gonna go up with the ground attack again. Rachel's got her bow. I got my bow with me. So if he comes into range, we're hoping we can get a shot. We're gonna have to be really, really sneaky. We know he's bedding really close to the Tacticams. We have pictures of him at 6:30 a.m., 8 a.m., and just after noon. So we know he's close by. We're either gonna spook him or see him or shoot him. Hopefully the last one. Wish us luck.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Let's slip into the edge of these trees right here. We made it to where we wanted to be. Got in without spooking anything. It's pretty open right here on the ground, but at least we didn't spook anything. We've got a good wind, and we're only about 50 yards from that trail camera that we last had pictures of him at. So it's pretty high odds. He's within 100 yards of us right now. For some reason, the battery on the rangefinder decided to die, so we don't have a rangefinder. So top pin only.
Pretty much.
So this is kind of our maybe one shot at this buck. We're moving. Won't have time to hunt this week between work and that. Rachel's gone next weekend, so maybe I can slip back out if we don't get him tonight, but this might be it to get Rachel an opportunity at him. Watched him all summer long. Got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Tacticam photos of him right here at this very spot and several other spots. Where we hunted last night was actually about a half a mile away from here. That's where he was the night before. So we're just gonna keep our eyes peeled. Cross our fingers. Hope we get lucky. Hope he comes into range without spooking. Wish us luck.
Every volunteer corn in the bean field looks like an antler.
I know.
Do you see him?
Yeah.
Is that little one?
See him, Rachel?
I see him. Switch me, Josh.
thought might sneak along to the edge of that corn.
Yeah, I want to do that.
I'm worried about the little ones coming out first.
I know, they're gonna come through here.
I think so too. You want to check that rangefinder one last time?
Yeah. It's not working. see if I see an arrow.
I can see my arrow sitting there. I think it hit him. It had to have hit him, but I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like he was more out front. I don't know.
Let me see the footage. It's just so frustrating. Like, I visualized it in my head so many times, like what was gonna happen. And it's like he's feeding on that corn for the last hour.
Yeah.
And then like here's the 10-yard stretch he could have stopped and he walks right through it.
Yeah.
I was thinking I should have trimmed those branches earlier, but I didn't want to make a bunch of noise.
I know. It's still like the satisfaction of being able to sit here on the ground and have those 3 bucks 15 yards away.
I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe we could get away with what we did.
The lens. I mean, yeah, it is.
They were right here.
I know. It's crazy. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I messed that up for you.
You didn't mess it up for me. You messed it up for you. I don't mean that harshly.
I was just praying to give you a good experience.
I know. It's okay. It was still a good experience. I feel bad for the deer. He's gonna have an ouchie. Well, we might as well get up. We already spooked everything.
Yeah.
It's okay, babe. That was still so cool.
Yeah, it was cool. That was wild. Can't believe I messed that up.
Yeah, but there's really nothing you could go back and do differently other than make sure your rangefinder works and trim, like...
That's within my control.
I know. But I mean, it worked at the truck.
Yeah, it did.
But... I know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, he would have been like right here. These would have been his tracks, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, we would have been right in there. Actually hidden pretty well with the light.
Yeah, we really were.
The arrow's right here.
Bring it out here.
Yeah, you can tell. It's just faint muscle blood. See the muscle on it?
Yeah.
God, that's awful.
So, a little bit of blood on the arrow, meat blood, no blood on the ground. Looking back at the footage, just nicked the top of his back. Pretty upset about it, not gonna lie. Put a lot of time and effort in finding one buck this year to go after. Early season was gonna be the best window to be able to do it, and messed it up. Nicked that branch and hit him high. So we just went and swapped out batteries in one of the cell cams, and all we can do now is hope that he shows back up and sticks around. In all reality, this buck, we can only really hunt on his summer pattern. As he transitions to the fall pattern, he goes into the thicker cover on the neighbors, so we're probably not going to have another opportunity at him, especially with the elk hunts and stuff coming up. But we gave it our best shot, and if it was meant for us to kill that buck, we would have. So I'm sure God has bigger plans in store, so we'll just trust it and deal with the pain. If you bow hunted long enough, it's going to happen. I've had this happen before, and I'm sure it won't be the last time either. But we're going to stay after it. Hey, pal.
Did you get him?
Let me tell you the story first.
Okay.
So it's been about 2.5 months since we took a shot at this deer. It's mid-November now, and I'm definitely still heartbroken over this buck. It's definitely painful as a bow hunter to wound any animal for sure, but I'm very thankful that this buck is still alive. So I've got him on the trail camera here on the Tacticam. Obviously we had him that day before season on the 31st. So here he is on the 2nd. Had him at 6:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock, and then noon. That's that evening when he came out and we shot him. And then he showed back up on the 5th at 3 a.m. This is the high definition photo. I'll zoom in here. And right here you can kind of see, where the entrance went in, which is right above the lungs, over top of the spine, through just the meat, the muscle of the back strap. Obviously the deer is doing fine there. You can see the mark. Definitely hurts the deer, no doubt. But thankfully he was still alive there. So that was September 5th. And then we had pictures of him on the 10th. This is the other angle. So he's shedding his velvet here, but this would have been the other side. And if I zoom in on this here, you can kind of see the exit, which shows it a little bit higher there as well. So thankfully it kind of missed everything. Still, obviously, you don't want to wound the deer at all. We never ended up getting a picture of him in daylight again. That was his summer area, and that's where he summered the last 2 years. And about that time, naturally anyway, he would transition. He'd shed his velvet and move to his fall and winter area, which I really don't have permission to hunt anywhere near that. I can hunt kind of on the edge of it, but he doesn't really come out that way. Didn't see him so much last year that way anyway. And between 3 different farms that I have, all within about 2 miles from there, I ended up getting pictures of him on all 3 of the farms, with the last picture here being on October 21st at 5 in the morning. And this was almost 2 full miles away from where I had shot at him on September 2nd. And so he's still alive, still chasing does around. Here's another angle of the exit right there. So still definitely heartbreaking, and really I think that deer maybe just wasn't made for me. Maybe it's for Rachel. Maybe that's her buck that she's going to get next year. Maybe it's for some young kid that's out there that's hunting for the first time, and maybe that's going to hook him in the outdoors. So for whatever reason it was that buck wasn't meant for me, I think it provided a good lesson for me of maybe more than anything, just humbleness, to know that not every situation goes perfect in bow hunting. I've been very fortunate to have some amazing experiences and have things go extremely well, but this definitely makes you take a step back and definitely humbles you for sure. So, I could have taken a few of those shots when he was standing there at 35 to 40 yards, and if I would have had the rangefinder, I definitely would have taken one of those shots, but I didn't want to risk it just guessing the range. I know I could have guessed it close between 35 and 40, but again, that's a big enough gap at that distance that I could have wounded that deer or missed the deer completely. And if that would have been the cause of the wound, I would have never forgiven myself for being too selfish and not care enough about the deer to take that shot when I don't actually know how far away it is. So I don't regret that one bit. I do think that I did have a clear shot through what I was shooting through, but it did end up just nicking that branch just enough, and the branch was close enough to me that it threw that arrow off enough to send it through the backstrap. So thankfully it wasn't a fatal wound. Thankfully this buck is still alive. Hate to have to share it with you guys this way, but this is what happened. This is the truth and the reality behind bow hunting. It doesn't always go perfect, so I just wanted you guys to see this, because I know it happens to the best of you if you get out there and you chase them long enough. So don't let it discourage you. You got to keep your head up. You got to keep grinding, because you never know what could happen when you're out there. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.